Not all multiplayer games are actually social. You play with a team, but you might as well be alone while everyone is just doing their thing. Sometimes it feels like a school project. Divide the work and call it a day. Now I think it's a bit of a shame. Video games should be the prime ground for making connections. It's a social activity primarily for entertainment, which means low barriers to entry and many opportunities. So here's my solution. A game with teamwork where making friends is second nature. Payday 2. And you'll see why by the end of this video with my personal story of how I discovered this game's true colors. Payday 2 is a cops and robbers PvE game where you and up to 3 other players rob banks, stores, and even the White House for no other purpose than to get rich fast. This game gives you 2 ways to play. 1. Stealth, where you try to be a silent thief without sounding the alarm and getting out rich without a scratch. Or 2. Loud, where you'll face the endless waves of police who are like a swarm of zombies, except they have weapons, and the occasional special units like shields or a tanky bulldozer. Now, human connection is weird. Everyone wants to be loved and have friends, but nobody actually wants to go through the strenuous trial and error of finding out if you're compatible with the other person or if they think you're weird or something. I personally was never really a social guy myself, and like pretty much everyone who's walked this earth, there have been times when I felt lonely. And in times like these, we feel hollow, missing the universally loved human connection. We're missing the entertainment, support, and company of others who likewise enjoy us as people. But here's the thing. It may be daunting to try and make some friends, but the right game can make the first step so much easier. Payday 2 offers the perfect setup. The tension of a stealth run where even a single mistake by your teammate can result in an alarm, or the chaos of a loud heist. Part of what makes Payday 2 social is how you express yourself. A ridiculous mask or your heister of choice. Which is why the developers decided to wholesomely lock most of it behind DLC, because nothing spells friendship better than a $200 paywall. Maybe we're the ones getting robbed here after all. There's also a ton of skills for you to try whenever you rank up, about explosive headshots on my sniper rifle, or having converted cops to fight on your side. The ways in which this game opens its door to goofiness are endless, not to mention it's still running on the outdated diesel engine with 80 gigabytes of content and a buttload of spaghetti code to make your game crash. I remember one day my old graphics card fried itself playing this game and I had no choice but to take it out of my case and play on my CPU's integrated card for a while. My game ran like shit, so to compensate I lowered all the settings to minimum and played what looked to be a Roblox crossover with Gary's mod missing textures everywhere. And I remember how out of all the poor visuals, the ammo bag was just the worst. And it didn't do that for any other deployables, just this one unrecognizable big gray blur of an ammo bag. This sort of weird game-specific stuff is best experienced yourself. At this point, I'm so deep into it that what might be a shock to you is just a certified Payday 2 moment for me. So, I encourage you to experience the oddities yourself. Today, I want to talk about the glue of the video game that makes us stick. The lighthearted nature of the co-op was step 1, but step 2 lies in its difficulty.
Your life is nothing. You serve zero purpose. You should kill yourself now.
One game mode where difficulty ramps up naturally is Crime Spree, which I wholeheartedly recommend you try because it will literally change your life. It's a little unknown because it's tucked away in the left side of the lobby screen, but here it is. In Crime Spree, you start out at Overkill difficulty, which is only 3 skulls. But with each consecutive heist completion, the game forces you to choose one of 3 new modifiers to make the game harder. Things like more special units, longer assault waves, and some silly stuff here and there like cloakers cuffing you instead of kicking you down. And of course a no-choice constant increase to the cop's health and damage. On their own, none of these modifiers make a big difference. But compounded together and past a certain rank, you realize the game isn't as easy anymore. And that's when you lose. Caught with your pants down, forced to start again from zero. In 2019, me and my friends wanted to see how far we could reach. As much as the difficulty scaled, the potential rewards of completing even a single heist at a high crime spree level could net huge profits. Joining me was Felisk, the embodiment of a mastermind Dallas player. He was great at stealth and had the funniest mask of all time. And the other star, KG, as the nimble Houston player. Being the youngest, he unfortunately developed ADHD from only ever running the suit, the fastest movement speed option. He said it was better, but he really just couldn't stand how slow the tanky armor was. In a crime spree, teamwork is a prerequisite due to its one-chance nature. You cannot afford to lose, unlike any other standard heist you can restart at any point. And a specialty of this game mode is that extra loot doesn't matter at all. In regular Payday, you'd break into a bank for instance and see a ton of gold. The more of it you haul back to the escape van, the bigger the payday. But not in a crime spree. The rewards are only based on the streak level of your heist completions and not the amount of loot you secured at the end of one singular heist. You only had to do the objectives as fast as possible and get out. So, knowing the importance of speed in this game mode, I would sacrifice some weapon slots to equip the SAW or a C4 to speed up the objective. Another thing we would do to burn through the early ranks faster was to send Felisk, who was the best at stealth with the squishy loadout, to try and complete the heist on his own, while KJ and I stayed back in case he failed and it went loud. That way, we don't lose our precious crime spree streak if all of us use a stealth build that doesn't have the firepower. Sometimes you really don't have a choice but to try something like this because the game only allows you to select one of 3 heists in the lobby screen. If you're unlucky and get 3 really difficult heists, you'll have to get creative. Stealth is pretty hard with the crime spree modifiers, which give you little margin for error by reducing the amount of pages you can answer. And of course, the ultimate challenge of this whole endeavor was always with Payday 2 itself. We'd spend days playing heists and farming ranks until we crashed. Because this game crashes too much. Looking back, it really didn't help that my computer did not have a GPU for a while. And boom, forced back to square one. It was very challenging to reach the high ranks. We were so ass we didn't even make it to rank 250 for the achievement. Maybe this criminal life wasn't for the 3 of us after all. But one day, an opportunity presented itself. Fast forward 3 years later, I picked up the game again and I saw these videos on YouTube where people were playing with ranks in the thousands or even millions, where past a certain point the only modifiers being added are the infinitely scaling health and damages of the cops. The money you made was so astronomically high that the game would crash when you'd open the rewards tab. Seeing all this, I wanted back in, and I wanted to find out if I could handle it, now that my PC was not a deep fryer. After all, I had practice with this game mode. I knew the basics of how to be fast, and how to effectively play with my team. I saw a public lobby in one of these ridiculous number levels, something like rank 100,000 with an empty spot, so I joined it. Take off my armor because the cops will one-shot it anyway so that I can at least benefit from the extra speed. Equip the biggest unwieldy cannon weapon, the Thanatos, a 50 caliber sniper rifle to try and kill something. And in the secondary, a shotgun with fire breath rounds to set the enemies on fire. I noticed this strategy on YouTube where you can stun the cops indefinitely because they don't like burning. As soon as I load in, I notice the host is running out in the open like a headless chicken. Oh, he's cheating. Definitely cheating. Well, I never really cared about the in-game levels and infamy prestige, so he was a means to an end. His crime spree level is so high I'll just use the huge catch-up bonus to my advantage. And after just one match, I was up to 9,000 crime spree level. Why not just host my own game? And so that's what I did. No cheating, no mods. I vividly remember my first heist was counterfeit. I waited for my lobby to fill up for backup and we started. In this heist, you infiltrate a spool repair guys to fix pipe leaking. Chat up Mr. Wilson to get him to open the door to his basement, and after dispatching him, quickly start opening the first door to his secret basement where he runs an undercover counterfeit money printing operation. The plan is to steal the counterfeit plates and escape. The basement has them, carefully hidden in a safe. There's also a printer right beside it, but we're not here to make money. We're here for the quick crime spree levels. Carefully navigating through the garage and grabbing a crowbar on the way so as to not get spotted by the neighbors, we sneakily make it to the other side of the basement. There, besides the bar, stands a bookshelf. A lazy concealment for the secret door behind. Push it off and start to break in. Some suspicions arise and a police car arrives on scene to check the place out. This could be the end of the stealth if we're not careful. We can't just kill the police officer head on because his thousands of health mean he could just shoot you back and alert everyone. We quietly sit behind the bar table as soon as the first cop makes it into the house. As he comes downstairs, we intimidate him. Hands up! No casualties, and we're still unnoticed. Now, the doors into the basement are open. Another door, quickly pried open with the crowbar before, and there's the safe. It seems like another police car has been sent in to check in on the place. There's no hiding the crime scene now. We need to work fast. The safe needs to be opened with a drill, and then filled up with water until it explodes. My loadout has the best drill upgrades, so I set up the drill and run outside to pull a hose down to the basement, which we'll use to fill up the safe. Police! I pull out my 50 cal sniper rifle and put a bullet in the first responder's officer head. Well, I guess one was enough. Alarms have been signaled and the assault is coming. We tie up as many civilians around the map, quickly pull the hose down to the basement and start hiding by the bar again. Within a few minutes, the basement was swarmed with cops, shields, medics, and bulldozers. The room was so busy and full of unkillable cops. Some of the AI were just standing in the doorways and making it hard to move. But we were smart. The first 2 cops that came by to check on Mr. Wilson's operation were intimidated and turned on our side thanks to our mastermind skills. Essentially, they became our tanky NPC meat shields that took the attention of the police force while we were hiding. Matter of fact, the advantage of the giga-buffed police transferred to the converted cops too, so it worked in our favor. They delayed the swarm by a good amount of time and were a great distraction. Besides that, our team would stick together. If one of us goes down, we immediately revive them by shouting with the Inspire skill. Staying alive in Mr. Wilson's basement in the traditional way was almost impossible. You can stun the cops, but you can't kill them, unless at this level you place a well-aimed, slow fire rate headshot from the Thanatos rifle. Very inefficient. One thing that became quickly apparent was that the cops stopped spawning. The map objective indicated we needed to turn on the water to finally fill up the safe. I managed to run outside because the drill was finished and I'm upstairs and it's like completely empty. There's just no police. I'm roaming the streets of what would be a full force assault, but there's like 1 or 2 cops at most, and they seem to be so slow too. Like, I'm standing here, and he's standing still, barely aware of my presence. A few teammates stayed behind in the basement, going down every 10 or so seconds, so I was juggling the responsibility of making sure the water supply valve was open to fill the safe up and reviving my teammates through walls. A few minutes later, the safe now filled with water, a C4 attached to the side, and boom, open. Grab the counterfeit money printer plates and book it to the escape. First heist successfully completed. This was a big Payday 2 learning experience. It's like the first time you successfully complete a stealth heist. The way nothing dies at this crime spree level, it completely flips the game on its head. So, what did I learn? Our success formula boiled down to a couple of points. Number 1, trying to stay alive as long as possible. Hiding, and always keeping a slither of armor available. They may do thousands of damage, but the slim 2-piece suit always absorbs 1 hit no matter what until it regenerates. Number 2, always stick together. When you're close to a teammate, you can always revive them and vice versa. Number 3, kite the cops. The more police there are on the map, the slower they are. Use this to your advantage. At some point they'll stop spawning because the map is full. You can run around the street if all the cops are down in the basement. Furthermore, try to waste their time. Hostages to rescue, converted police officers to fight, stuns, or unnecessary loot to steal. Since you can't kill them, buy time and do the objectives as fast as possible. This allows you to do even the hardest heists in the game on such difficulty. Number 4, make sure to have a good build. Dodge, Anarchist, or Leech work best. Teamwork skills and survivability are priority number 1, and damage is irrelevant. If you want, you can copy my build on screen. As you can see, I perk into Inspire to revive my teammates faster, 2 converted police jokers to waste the cops' time, drill skills if needed, jack of all trades for extra deployables, and Swan Song to have a window of opportunity to revive my teammates. Depending on your crime spree level, I can recommend a few different weapons. Any grenade launcher with zapper stuns will be great. The Thanatos sniper rifle is good too because you can kill with headshots at the 1000 levels and deal with snipers. Otherwise, bring a flamethrower. Payday 2 always rounds up your damage to 1/512th of the target's HP if you did below that amount of damage. And for that reason, flamethrowers are great to use due to their huge ammo pool and constant damage, especially since some heists require you to kill a certain enemy or mini-boss to progress. Occasionally, you might get stuck in a room with a shield that just won't budge, and at that point, you'll be wishing you had a flamethrower to take care of them. Number 5, if you have the coins, always buy the more to deploy perk in pre-planning. Medic bags are going to burn fast when you are down every 20 seconds. This perk allows you to bring at least one extra deployable, and it synergizes well with the jack of all trades skill. Like for example, you can have 3 medic bags to heal up and 2 ammo bags, instead of 2 medic bags and 1 ammo bag. And number 6, have fun. Sorry for being cheesy, but Payday 2 is about the people. I've managed to complete some of the hardest crime spree heists in this game with a few randoms. It may be hard and unconventional, but that's the fun part. By removing the option to kill cops en masse, Payday 2 turns into a true co-op experience. It's like a puzzle, and if you fail the puzzle it's certainly frustrating, but we all know how satisfying slotting the last piece is. And that's why it's great for making friends. Thanks to Crime Spree on virtually all levels, I've made a lot of friends on Steam. Challenge brings people together, and even recently as I was playing to gather footage, I played the train heist where you literally have to steal the engineer's turret from TF2. It's stupid, but what's stupider is how hard the map is. You have to drill 3 different rail cars for 4 minutes each, always be in the sight line of snipers, and try to maneuver a narrow bridge filled with a meatloaf of cops. And the best part is, as a requirement, you need to haul the turret in 3 pieces in its respective 12 shells all the way to the other side of the map to your escape. We inevitably made it thanks to this guy called Shion. We ended up adding each other because he too had the fucking patriotic Thanatos rifle skin. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's my personal story and how Payday 2 became the ground for many connections. The idea here is that you can find a niche of the community that you relate to best and try to connect with it. The try-hard death sentence and crime spree community is active. The casual, goofy, and modding community is active. There's plenty of YouTube content about memes, optimizing your build, hating on the game's developers and its DLC. Whatever you want, it's out there, and you can just participate and get to know people. Just be active. My outlet was Crime Spree because I found it to be the most fun from a gameplay standpoint. I also find it fun to guide new players through these heists they find impossible in their eyes. It's a common sentiment among virtually everyone who joins a high Crime Spree lobby for the first time to be surprised. I Mac dumped a cop and he didn't die? WTF? How is this possible? Well, find out yourself. If you want to host your own Crime Spree lobby, here's how in a few easy steps. Keep in mind though, this is no longer the get rich quick scheme as it was before because they only restricted the catch-up bonus to level 100 players. Any level below at say 3000 you can just host without mods. After that, follow these instructions. Before anything, install Super BLT. It's a baseline for all other mods to function in this game. If you're having trouble with this, look up a tutorial online. Then download this mod from the description down below, and as with all other mods I mentioned, drop them in the Payday 2 mods folder. This will allow you to hack Continental coins. Starting a crime spree from any level other than 0 will cost coins. So unless you want to waste 10,000 hours to get your money up, just do this. Then, this next mod from the description will allow you to customize the starting crime spree levels in game. Just open the text file and modify these number values to your desired start point. This will allow you to bypass the default starter crime spree levels and allow you to jump straight to your desired difficulty. Once you're happy with your coins and level, you can now delete both of these mods if you want. Then, to address the inevitable problems of this game crashing, I recommend these 4 mods. The Fixes mod includes general stability improvements, and the other 2 will change the UI display of how the rewards and modifiers are displayed on the Crime Spree menu. If they fail to load, you'll either crash or just not be playing on the correct difficulty. And if all else fails, thanks to the last mod, you at least won't unfairly lose your crime spree level if you crash. Keep in mind, the higher your crime spree level, the harder it will be for anyone else to join, so they'll need to have the mods themselves to prevent crashes. That's all. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.